Welcome in. This is going to be a deep dive to dissect and understand what may be happening under the surface that you may not be tuned into consciously. So really we're tapping into the unconscious, and one of the main themes of this reading, which why I have all this stuff here, is the channel of awareness. I'm very fascinated by human design, numerology, astrology, the tree of life. These are all aspects that create connections in our neural pathways to open up our brain and expand our mind so that we can see what is on the other side of the container that we have been manifesting in our entire life. And it looks like you are ready to break free. Okay, and so anything I pull in for this reading, the energy that manifests for every reading I do, is going to vibrationally frequency and attract, luring you here in this moment because you've asked. You asked a question. So it's really important to ask very intentional questions. And so we're just going to drop into this reading. Allow your attention to focus to the point where you drift into a calm and peaceful state of mind. Taking a deep breath, we're about to expand your mind. The veil is always so thin, right? So you're going to let this state develop to the point where you go into kind of a trance. It's like just fluid energy. So the first card I pulled was the channel of awareness through human design. And thinking with the channel of awareness is not discovering, but about how our acoustic mind processes information. And that's like the transcendent state where you're completely aware, completely conscious, but you've dropped into sort of the observer mode. Their mind is designed to inspire others with their unique knowing, right? So the mind turns things over and over again until the moment of mutation or satori arrives. Individual thinking cannot relate to the past and reflect on it like abstract thinking does, nor can it recognize patterns and make logical predictions for the future like logical thinking does. Personalized for individuals with the channel of awareness, their mind is designed to inspire others with their unique knowing and offer new perspective on life. Their mutative knowing, I like it says mutative, meaning that I can give you this pen and you can, with boundless, limitless energy, sort of manipulate it and turn it into multiple things. Sometimes it's like, have you ever played those brain games and you're like, psh, 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 right? Where somebody else walks up and they it's completely foreign to them. They cannot figure out how it works. They don't know to turn, I watched a video one time where they put all these little kids at a table and they gave them an object and then they covered it up. And some of them uncovered it and pulled it out, and some of them were they thought it was gone. They were like, where did it go? They didn't know to move this and to find the object. And so those are individuals that they can see the next step. It's almost like I just watched Star Wars, The Phantom Menace, and little Anakin had foresight. He could see beyond the moment that he was in. This is actually rare and something that has to be worked out. You have to build muscle to be able to see further than the moment that you're in. And so this individual with the channel of awareness, you are able to step free of that container and really see what's on the outside. But if there are multiple people around you that are suppressed, their psychic energy is not activated or initiated, we tend to just join in the festivities because we can't see, we can't, right? And if we try to step free of that container, it triggers all of the people around us. It creates conflict. We don't want to do it differently, right? This is historical. These are historical events where people just get really uncomfortable when something new is being introduced to their field. And so I would say that you could be an individual that new things are coming in and introducing themselves, new opportunities, change is on the horizon. And so the Spirit is bringing you here today. It's saying, hey, you've got this. You are able to see further than this moment. Don't let what everybody has said or the expectations of the past hinder your growth and opportunity that's coming in for you. Also, I did pull the 9 of Cups, which is fast action without effort, asking you to enjoy the moment. Smell the roses. The more you go with the flow of that experience, the more you learn about yourself, to the point where your unconscious mind reminds you of the memories and experiences you've had throughout your life for years. So remember, it's important for you to be in the moment right now. Whatever you're calling in is already here. Where is it? That's the question. Okay. So this was so good. I also pulled Moon, Trine, Uranus. Moon in Cancer, Uranus in Scorpio. That's intensity. That's change. That's outside the box thinking. That's passion, purpose, not being afraid of conflict. Like, I didn't realize how good I was at conflict until I jumped in. I was like, you know what? If that's what causes change, I'm going for it. And I could see the alchemization of the conflict. I could see how I felt better afterwards. I could see the change that happened after. Throughout history, it's been conflict that has catapulted humankind into the next timeline, the next glorious timeline, making things better. Right now we're at a point of equilibrium. I mean, you can have anything you want now. Anything. Just ask and be willing. Ask and be willing. I always like to say, you gotta make sure you're willing. What that means is when you ask for something, Spirit's going to give you the steps to get to it. Are you willing to take the steps to get to the point that you want? Perseverance, consistency, repetition, doing it over and over and over, creating momentum is what brings it in, especially if there's a huge gap. Like, what does a gap look like? A gap is you don't have the money to create the thing that your vision gives you, but you do have the ability to start taking steps toward accumulating that. But we don't want to focus on the money. We want to focus on the thing we want to bring in. If we focus that and target our energy on that, Spirit will lead you and provide the opportunities. All of a sudden, money comes in. But what we do is we focus on the money, which is telling me that I don't have it, and chasing it. So I want to chase the vision. What can I do right now, right here in this moment with what I have sitting right in front of me, right? It's like when I first started doing videos, I didn't have a microphone. I didn't have a light. I didn't have a space. And so slowly I just started making videos with what I had, doing what I had, and slowly accumulating the tools. They just started showing up. And I just started knowing what I needed. I didn't know what I needed. until I started taking the actions to get to that point, right? This is psychic powers. We're just going to see what might be unlocking for you. This says demystifying psychic powers. So in the central nervous system, and that's what I was going to say, the channel of awareness is the central brain, right? We got our left brain and our right brain, left, right hemisphere. The central brain is where they start working together. The merge starts to happen. You're diving into the subconscious and penetrating actual magnetism, right? And so you have specialized groups of different neurons to process the information and generate the appropriate responses. The remarkable thing about your nervous system is that it does these types of processes on all types of information all of the time. And in addition to gathering information from the outside environment, it gathers information from within you, such as muscle activity, respiration, stomach activity, and so on. And it can handle all of them at the same time. As a result, it enables you to respond to and communicate with the environment around you in the most effective manner imaginable. So, new neural pathways are being connected. And because of that, let's go ahead and see. This is the Tree of Life cards. Let's go ahead and see where we are. What neural pathways are starting to create connections? Show me. Okay, we got Saphira. Okay. So just to give you, so the Tree of Life, right? They call these pathways, but really it's like your brain. And you got central, you got the right and left hemisphere. And really don't get stuck on top, bottom, left, right. Don't do that. Because, I mean, if this were like 3-dimensional and you could see all the different ways it went, you can actually do that. You can go online and do that. But here are the two pathways that are creating a connection for you. And this is Yesod to Hod, the 30th path. The key task is vision, bringing light to the darkness. Tarot is the sun, and that's the astrological influence is the sun. And the weakness here is selfishness, fears, ego-centeredness. The strength is healing, self-mastery, balance of reason and intuition. Reason and intuition, right? You've heard of the masculine, feminine, the expression, the logic. Then we've got the fantasy and the reality. So you're starting to merge those two within yourself, within the brain, building new friendships. You are activating new channels. New opportunities are going to show up. You're breaking free of the old system. So this is pretty awesome reading so far. We're going to look at maybe what could potentially be holding you back. I don't feel like there's anything holding you back, but it's good to be conscious. Let's just see what Spirit has to say. Surrender to inner peace. Right. So you really should take the time to relax. You should begin by relaxing your mind. Your body can relax too, and you really should relax. Now, you don't have to feel good whilst you are doing this. And I love that. When it said that, I was like, okay, right? Because at the beginning of wanting peace often starts from inner turmoil, not non-peace. But to get to peace, you start in non-peace to get to peace, right? So now you don't have to feel good, but you really should allow your unconscious to make it happen anyway. Just allow it. Full faith that it's going to happen. And you should really enjoy the feelings of peace and tranquility thoroughly now. Enjoy the feeling of peace. Enjoy the feeling of pulling that in. As you do that, those pathways can sort of start creating the connections required for your next step. And then you start learning. You'll start learning things. So, okay, surrender to peace. Effortlessness. That's exactly what I wrote down, right? So, fast action without effort. Enjoy the moment. Things are developing under the surface, right? Okay, surrender comparison. That's actually very good. There's no comparison here. Your brain, remember, each of our brains functions differently. The blueprint of your brain and the way that you navigate from A to Z is unlike any other brain in the entire universe. So stop putting yourself in categories. Don't compare. Just focus on you. Shape your future. Shape your future. You are the creator of your future. Make choices that reflect your highest self. Remember, once you get to that top of the mountain, everybody can see how to get there. Everybody can finally see the pathway. It's like going into the forest without paths, and then you just repetitively walk back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and eventually that path starts to appear. That's what's happening right now. You've walked back and forth quite a bit, and I tell you what, it's at that threshold where a lot of times we collapse and walk away from everything we created, everything that we made. And again, as your brain starts to create neural pathway connections, that can be very impactful to your nervous system. So just be aware of that. Just make sure you're resting, make sure you're getting hydrated, get your electrolytes and your water. Electrolytes are minerals that are not necessarily in your water system. So you can go to the store and get electrolytes. 0 sugar electrolytes. No doctor, but I know I do. I love electrolytes. Okay, let's see. Pallas Athena. Think. Pallas Athena. Okay. So the challenge is wherever you are on the gender spectrum, do not think you need to deny or disrespect the feminine, the anima, and the heart in yourself and others in order to access brilliant intelligence and competence. The gift is to ask for help when you need it, and divine answers will reveal themselves. You're surrounded by unseen forces of angelic energy. They are constantly surrounding you, constantly asking for the command of the manifestation that you'd like to bring in. Already there, already surrounding you. They may not be in physical yet, but as you start to command the energy, they do start to reveal themselves in the physical. It just takes a little bit of time. You can think through this situation with a combination of rigorous logic and a real curiosity about the truth, all connected to an open heart. So Pallas Athena loans you the ability to walk into a boardroom or other professional situation and be ready to take any challenge completely in your power with just the right words at hand. Just ask her. Pallas Athena is within you. Speak to her. She can help you navigate the echoes of power, develop real skills, craft articulation, and tech genius with her support and your concentration. Connect your trained knowledge, natural abilities, and that spark of divine fire. Just don't overdo the intellectual defenses. Make sure your intelligence and ability to rationalize don't cause more problems than they solve. Don't get in the way of spirit. Ask, execute, step away. As soon as you create that action, spirit's working for you. Keep the mind connected to your heart. So I don't know what you're doing as an individual, as a sovereign being. You're moving mountains. Things are opening up for you in completely new ways, according to this reading. You're pulling in friendships. You're opening up new channels. You're experiencing change. But you're like this house in the middle of the storm. Just kind of basking in the peace and the knowing of what's coming. It looks like you stand in an authoritative position in some way. So let me see. I just want to pull out one of these cards here. So, water your garden, nourish your body in tenderness and rest. So Spirit is really asking you to let this process of you're alchemizing, you're in metamorphosis. And so it's really asking that you sort of just bask in this area, rest, allow those pathways to open. Journal if you want to, but you're stepping out of resistance, allowing the process to unfold. If you feel urgency, if you feel like you're in a hurry, if you feel like you're too late, if you feel like you're not good enough, that's old stories. Those are no longer relevant. And so we're dissolving them right here, right now, in this moment. You are ready to step free of those old programs. What a beautiful reading. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bobby. I'm psychic medium, twin flame facilitator, and I specialize in Reiki as a Reiki practitioner, clearing your energy. Every time you come here, you're going to walk away a better version of yourself. My goal and purpose is to execute a clearing of old frequencies. So, I love you, and stay the course. Consistency, repetition, and perseverance. You got this.